Okay, so we've all seen it and maybe even done it at some point. Yep, we've messed up our white balance. White balance is the camera's way of trying to offset the colour that appears within your camera to make your white actually look white. So you can see that the left side of me is blue and the right side of me is almost orange. This is because I've set the white balance to both extremes so you can see what incorrect white balance actually looks like. Ideally, we want the whites to actually be white. So, like my t-shirt for example, which clearly isn't white. Now light is measured in a unit called kelvins. We will look at kelvins in more detail in the lighting side of the course, but kelvins can range from 1000 to 10,000 and is the colour temperature of different light sources. For example, candlelight is about 1000 kelvins and has a very red tone, whereas on the total opposite end of the scale, a clear blue sky is around 10,000 kelvins. This can change depending on the situation, so bulbs in your house are usually about 3000 kelvins and have a yellow or orange glow. Noonday is very bright and relatively white at around 5600 kelvins, and overcast daylight is about 7000. So these light sources all send light into your camera at different levels, so your camera has to capture the image using its sensor and will try and balance the light coming in to give you a clear image where all of the colours are as close as possible to what the human eye can see. But sometimes this doesn't go to plan, so what you have to do is adjust your white balance. Now white balance uses blue and red tones to even out the colours as they are opposites on the colour wheel. So on the blue side of me, although the lighting in here is optimal and I'm using daylight outside which is about 5000 kelvins and a key light up here which is about 5600 kelvins, I've set my white balance to tell my camera that there is lots of red light coming in. So the camera tries to balance the image by popping some blue light in. And on the other side of this video, I'm telling the camera that there's loads of blue light coming in, so it throws some red light in the image to try and counterbalance. I've also got a red background light behind me, which conflicts with the 5600 Kelvin key light and daylight, so my camera will automatically try and balance these to give an optimal image. So let's get back to normal. Setting your white balance can be done in camera. You do have some presets in camera that you can use, such as cloudy for example, which will tell the camera that it's cloudy outside, and this will set the white balance so the camera essentially thinks that what it's seeing is optimal for a cloudy environment. Or you can manually set it to specific kelvins if you wanted to. Premiere Pro has a great feature within the Lumetri panel which allows you to use a colour picker to set the white balance. This is a bit of a cheat, but it can work for you if you are tight on time. So to access this, you need to open up the clip in Premiere Pro, click on Colour, and then if you scroll down on the right hand side, you'll see White Balance. And we'll get the selector tool. Then we need to click on something that is white. Now, as you can see, this has adjusted the white balance, so the whites actually look white and the image looks more natural. Now, I wouldn't say this is a replacement for correcting your white balance beforehand, but it's just a quick little cheat if you ever needed it. If you're unsure on which white balance setting to use, then I would always say go with auto white balance. Camera manufacturers are great at estimating what the balance should be because they've been in the game for so long, so there's no harm in using auto white balance until you get the hang of manually setting it. I've also included a free crib sheet so you can quickly reference where your white balance should be set depending on your shooting conditions, so feel free to download that. But for now, that's everything on white balance and how it affects your video. So keep shooting and I will see you soon.